Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and this is just going to be a hodgepodge of different news items that I came across that I thought you might be interested in. I'm going to try to go through it as fast as I can, and I am not going to edit it, so I apologize in advance for all the mistakes I'm going to make, because I know I will. Okay, the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence had a hearing called Lessons We've Learned, or Lessons to Learn on the Mueller Report, or something like that. And of course, you know Adam Schiff's in charge, and Nunes is the ranking member. Here is his opening statement, and this was today, well, June 12th, and that is today when I'm recording this, but you'll probably see it tomorrow. And so, he goes through and he makes a good statement. The points are very well said, and he lists all these things that we now know are true and that that aren't true, whatever the case is, and they have been debunking all the Democrats' favorite conspiracy theories is the way he says it. So he goes through and he lists a lot of things, but if you don't want to read it, you can go here and you can actually listen to it. You'll have to go a little bit ahead, about maybe 7 minutes in is where Nunes starts his opening, speech. And I just think he's getting frustrated, because if you watch him when he's talking, he just has this air that he is so tired of saying the same things over and over again. And I was watching a video earlier, and it had, the suggestions over here, the recommended videos, and it had one. I just clicked on it without looking at any date or anything on it, and it happened to be from about, maybe a year ago. It was sometime in April of 2018, and I was listening to it, and Nunes was saying a lot of the same stuff he's saying now, and it's just like, he probably feels like, how many times do I have to tell people this? This is the reality, and y'all are in this fantasy world. And so I wanted to point that out to you. If you want to watch this, you can. I don't know that there's anything eye-opening, or at least not that I heard of so far. Ratcliffe had a really good line of questioning. That guy must be an awesome lawyer, because he really had some good stuff going. And so I thought I'd point that out to you. It was interesting. And while I was there, I found out that here's a little website. Again, it's the teacher in me. I like to give you resources that you can use for yourself to find out things. And this is called the U.S. House of Representatives Committee Repository. This is where they put all their stuff. And, you have a calendar, you have committees and the document search. And so a lot of stuff's supposed to be here. And you can see what kinds of things they were doing. And I think this one right here was the one that I had back here in this video. So that was the Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. And this is the one they're having tomorrow. They're having another one. And it's listed at 9 a.m. Well, that one is... Oh, sorry. This was the one that I just showed you. And these were their witnesses and stuff. And you can even see member statements. Yeah, I guess Adam Schiff had to put his in there. But I sure don't see Nunes' statement. Oh, no. But Adam Schiff gets his in there then. Anyway... I just had to say that. Oh, I guess I'm not. I got it somewhere else. Just a minute here. Oh, here it is. This is the one that they're going to be doing. And this is tomorrow, which is probably the day you're going to see this, June 13th. And they're going to have an open hearing on the national security challenges of artificial intelligence, AI, manipulated media, and deepfake technology. Huh. Isn't that interesting? So, if you saw my other video, you might understand why I think they're trying to get out ahead of things, because there are going to be some videos and things coming out that they don't want people to know that that they've said, and they're going to try to deny it's them and that it's deep fake video or deep fake audio, because they don't want to be convicted by it. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out to you, that that's going to be happening on the 13th, in case you've got time and you want to watch it. It's supposed to be in the morning from like 9 till noon. And I don't know what all they're going to be talking about. Here are their topics, I guess. Future advancements in deepfake technology, detecting and tracking deepfakes. It's just very interesting that they're bringing this all out now. And here are their witnesses. Again, chances are very good that there's 4 people. Probably 3 of them were invited by the majority, which are the Democrats, and probably only 1 is minority. I don't know. I haven't checked the people out yet, but should be interesting to see what their qualifications are and which side they fall on. But, who knows? These are the things they're going to be looking into. So again, wanted to show that to you. And then I wanted to bring up this site. It's called We Are the News. And I'm sure a lot of you understand that this is a collection of notables from another special research board. It's actually kind of nice because they collect all the notables from those boards. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I have done a few notable news things that I get from that research board because they come up with a lot of really good stuff. Well, this is the latest of the notables. Now, keep in mind, notables do not mean they're approved by everyone. It just means there's something weird or interesting that they want to put out there, maybe for other people that are going to be researching later. So keep that in mind. Don't take everything that you see in a notable as absolute truth. Do your own research because, that's what you have to do. Do your own research. But this gives you a good starting place. And you can go through and you can see what they are. You can see, bring them up. And they always keep track of the president's tweets. So if you're not a big Twitter fan, you can come here instead and you can kind of skim over them. And Biden would be China's dream candidate. Yeah, for sure. Because there would be no more tariffs, no more demands that China stop stealing our IP. Things would go back to the old days with America's manufacturers and workers getting shafted. He has zero credibility. And yeah, that's not by Trump. That's by Laura Ingraham. And so true. That's by Trump. But yeah, can you imagine Biden? Oh, and if there are any replies to that, they will be listed down below, by the way. So I just think it's a really good source for people to do some research on. There's also videos and everything. It, includes just about everything if you are interested. And I think I can get rid of this, I guess. I think it's probably something, that would be a good source for you to bookmark in case you want to keep up on what the research is. And this is one that I pulled out. This, the Obama administration deleted nearly 200 transcripts on ICE's website just hours before Trump assumed office. Talk about deep fakes. Maybe this is the connection here. Yeah, you think? Because if these would come out, what was it in there? 200 transcripts. Why would they get rid of them? And these were speeches, I believe it says down here, as our report details, a collection of 190 transcripts of speeches and testimonies hosted on the ICE website's Speeches and Testimonies page was removed between the early afternoon of January 18th and late evening on January 19th, 2017. Compare the Internet Archive's Wayback Machine captures from January 18, 2017 and on January 19, 2017. The transcripts were of speeches and testimony delivered between 2004 and 2017 by high-ranking ICE officials, including the director of the agency and directors of ICE subunits. Most contain prepared remarks submitted to congressional committees, often on controversial topics like the standard of medical treatment for detainees, treatment of unaccompanied children, sanctuary cities, drug trafficking, and E-Verify. So there's an article there, and again, you can click on that article and you can see it. I'll give you the link to, I guess, the article here. I'm not sure. I didn't think about that. But this I thought was interesting too. General Flynn's new attorney, Sidney Powell, who, by the way, seems to be very qualified for this particular position. She has some knowledge. We'll ask for a 90-day extension in the upcoming case status report in order to process, quote, a lot of information. You know what struck me today? I was listening to Rush Limbaugh and I heard him talk about this and, talk about her specifically and what qualifications she has. Because, see, she knows a lot of stuff that has been going on. And so, when I was listening to Rush, I thought, what if when they try to get this, thrown out, because I'm really sure that's what's going to happen. That's why he has changed lawyers. He's starting to fight. He put up with it for this long because he was doing the work he was supposed to be doing, which was working, doing covert law enforcement activities, which is in his plea deal, which I have in another video. So, I wonder if as they're fighting for him, they're going to be bringing out a lot of stuff. Now, I watched Dan Bongino's 1000th episode. I think that was today. And he was talking about, this connection with Flynn and the Iran deal and how, Flynn was against the Iran deal. And that really was the thing that started getting him on Obama's hit list. And he was speaking out against it. And at the time, he was Obama's head of the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency. And that's when they started kind of trying to smear him and ended up forcing him to retire. And so, it just was not a good situation for him. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was actually doing something very right. He was looking out for the American people. And so I think what's going to happen is when they come out with this, I just can't help but wonder if some of these details and some of this information that needs to be entered as evidence, in court so the American people can see it. I wonder if that's what's going to happen because a lot of it touches on him. He was kind of in the middle of the whole, hornet's storm, hornet's nest, hornet storm, the storm. He was kind of at the heart of it. And so I wonder if this is how a lot of the evidence is going to get entered into public record. That's just a thought that it came across me, like I said, when I was listening to Rush today. So this is an interesting one, but I've seen, Louis Gohmert here has written a pretty long, big thing about Mueller. And he goes through and he tells all the dirt about Mueller. I mean, he really does. So I'll put this link down below so you can download that. It's a PDF. And it says that it's an op-ed. Well, it's very long. Okay, I think it says 48 pages. And if I remember, it was like 50 pages. I read big portions of it. Again, I didn't read it all, but I skimmed a lot. And it has a lot of dirt on Mueller. It's very well written and very well thought out. So Louis did an excellent job there. I really like that guy. This is another one that I wanted to point out to you. I do not know if this is true. This is a theory. This is totally a theory. It is a possibility. And according to this possibility, it's not proven or anything. So it's just totally something that has been tossed out there. It's a rumor going around. I thought I would give you the information. This document right here has it. When you take the link, if you go here, it'll boot it up bigger so you can see it. And I'm actually going to link to this maybe on my website because it may get me booted out with YouTube may not like this link. So, because, they don't like some links. And this particular site they don't like. So I probably will put this on my own website and put the link down below. But this is the theory. The theory is that he pardoned everyone for everything and that, including himself. And that the entire past 2 years have been a series of stings, essentially. They've been setting them up to commit more crimes to try to cover things up so they can try them for the actual crimes. So over here, the thing I like about this particular graphic is it even goes through here and says holes in the theory. And there may even be more holes than this, of course. But here are some things that they point out. And, it's a theory and theories need to be tested. So you can go through and read it for yourself. I think it's pretty much, very interesting thing and ties into the 17th letter of the alphabet. So we'll just see if it actually is true. Now, I don't know what site this comes from, okay? This is not, this is not the map, so I'm not sure what site it actually came from originally. So if you know, that would be really cool. I'd love to know what this site is, and you can put that down below. Then we've got some weird things going on Twitter. I spend some time on Twitter every once in a while. Well, I get to this one, and, this is the Lord's Prayer, right? You see that? Well, I had to click on it, though, because when it comes up saying this. Yep. This media may contain sensitive material. Your media settings are configured to warn you when media may be sensitive. Okay, so since when is the Lord's Prayer sensitive material? I mean, why would that in any way, shape, or form need to be censored, hidden? I'll tell you what, one time I was looking at this one side of a Trump hater, one of the Twitter pages for a Trump hater. It had lewd, gross, graphic drawings on it. And yet those were not hidden from me as sensitive material. But oh, hey, the Lord's Prayer is. So, Twitter, what is going on? Jack, you need to fix this. Well, I'm not sure, Jack. I don't know. I don't know if these people really are that complicit or if they've just been bullied into it or what. Sometimes I wonder, but that just seems like an obvious one that shouldn't have happened. Well, anyway, then I was looking at this, and George Papadopoulos kind of posted on one of Brennan's posts. But, Brennan, first of all, it started with this John Santucci, and Trump says he would listen if foreigners offered dirt on opponents. Well, kind of that's what politicians do. That does not surprise me, because if somebody would have said, hey, Hillary, I got this dirt on Trump, don't you think she'd have been all ears? Oh, yeah. In fact, she paid for somebody to get dirt on Trump. So this is kind of silly if you want to look at it that way, because she paid a foreigner, Christopher Steele, to get dirt on Trump. So your point is, Trump says he would listen if foreigners offered dirt on opponents. But Hillary did listen and paid the guy for the dirt on her opponents. Oh, this is just and Brennan here, he's got to be all blustery. This is just the latest example of what Vice President Biden meant when he said that Mr. Trump is an existential threat to our country. Unfit to be president is a gross understatement. Trump is undeserving of any public office, and all Americans should be outraged. And then George Papadopoulos comes back. You gotta like this George Papadopoulos. I never thought Papa D would come out and be kind of a hero, but he's doing a pretty good job. This guy was framed big time, and it's all going to come out. I mean, it's starting to come out, but it's going to come out even more that he really was. Oh, John, all the weaponized assets you sent my way, Joseph Mifsud, Alexander Downer, Stefan Halper, are all being outed from London, Rome, and Canberra. Those governments are now actively cooperating with the Trump administration and have flipped on you. So they flipped over. Your role will be exposed. Yep. Papadopoulos has been putting out a lot of interesting things, and if you follow him on Twitter, you do see some information that you might not see elsewhere, because he's kind of an insider in a lot of ways. He knows some things that most people don't. Here's another one that he said. Keep an eye on Clapper's recent trips to New Zealand and Australia. He's trying to cover his tracks along with those two governments which were willfully interfering in our democratic process. The transcripts of my meeting with Downer are ready to come out. America is ready. Yeah, that's part of what's, I assume that's part of the classified documents that are going to come out. So This is going to really start getting good. And yeah, they were all in on it. I mean, these, Brennan and Clapper. I kind of think that Brennan was like the mastermind of it. I think he was the puppet master of most of this. So, he was running the CIA. That's what Papadopoulos has got to say here. And then I wanted to go to this one. This is my last one on this video. And Tech Insider blows whistle on how Pinterest listed top pro-life site as porn. Bible verses censored. Yep. Some of you said, well, make sure that we know when the new Project Veritas videos come out. Well, they've come out, and this is the result. This is a Tech Insider leaks Pinterest documents. Now, I'm not real familiar with Pinterest. I actually have a Pinterest account that I never use. It just doesn't, some things I get, I don't get that one. It's a bunch of pictures, okay? Yeah, okay, it's a bunch of pictures. And so, I know some people really love Pinterest and they really love Instagram and all these different kinds of things. I am an old lady and I don't really get some of them. And so I stick pretty much to Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Those are the ones I can handle. I know how to manipulate those. So anyway, these are some of the things that have come up. The Insider search term Christian won't autocomplete. Others can't trend. No notifications or recommendations. Pinterest blacklisted pro-life group liveaction.org, classified as, quote, pornography, cannot link to site. Leaked sensitive terms list includes Bible verses and Christian Easter. Yeah, so those are sensitive terms. Christian Easter is a sensitive term. Ben Shapiro commentary censored in zero tolerance moment. I can't read, it's getting late. Slack messages reveal. So these are some of the things that are being revealed in that video. Planned Parenthood undercover video marked at videos marked as, let me try that again. Planned Parenthood undercover videos marked as harmful and conspiracy. Yeah, have you seen those? If you haven't seen those, well, you have to have a strong stomach to watch them because they are just disgusting. That they're vying for baby body parts. Veritas calls on more Silicon Valley insiders to come forward, and I hope that they do. But here's the updates. Big update. YouTube has pulled this investigative report. A backup is available on this page, so you can, see it up here. It is available to you, and you can watch it. I haven't seen it yet because I just came across it, but I was waiting for it to come up on YouTube and I didn't see it. So that's why I didn't see it, I guess. Update 1, Pinterest reacts. Liveaction.org is no longer on their porn domain blacklist. Oh, yay on that. But then update 2, Pinterest reacts again. LiveAction's Pinterest account has been permanently suspended. Update 3, a Pinterest spokesperson has provided a statement in response to our request for comment. Religious content is allowed on Pinterest, and many people use our service to search for and save pins inspired by their beliefs. To protect our users from being targeted based on personal characteristics such as their religion, we have policies in place so that ads and recommendations don't appear alongside certain terms. Yeah, like Christian ones. So this was just very interesting. And here are the different leaked documents, and some are redacted, it says. I'm not sure why, and they're asking, do you work in big tech? Project Veritas would love to hear from you. So it's going to come out more and more, I think. Somebody happened to notice that liveaction.org was blocked. So a lot of it needs to be on, normal people that use these sites. And you need to be checking out for stuff like that and see if you can figure out, if you're not seeing certain sites, certain topics. And like this said that, it didn't come up. The search term Christian won't autocomplete. Those kinds of things need to really be addressed, because if they're happening, we know that there's some form of censorship happening. So there's the video. I'm going to watch it when I get done with this. And, I encourage you to as well, because they always have good stuff. But again, it's Pinterest, and I don't understand Pinterest that much. It's like, okay, to me. But if you like Pinterest, you need to be watching this and see what's going on over there. Anyway, so that's what I've got for you on this one. I'm sorry for all the blubbering and everything, but like I said, I kind of, when I get all of these, it's easier just to go one to the other and let it go and just live with the mistakes, I guess. So that's what I've got for you on this one. Lots going on. I don't know what's going to come up with that deep fake thing tomorrow, but I'd like to watch it and see, and we'll find out. I don't particularly like watching Adam Schiff, and I still haven't been able to force myself to go back and listen to Jerry Nadler. Just can't do it. I can't, this is really sad. I'd rather listen to Adam Schiff if I have to. He doesn't get as hyper. I mean, Jerry Nadler just gets like a rabid dog, kind of. And again, Munchkin voice is, the best way to listen to him. But even with Schiff, I always speed him up, because it's just, first of all, it takes up too much of my time. So usually with the Democrats, I put it on 1.75 or 2. And then on, for the Republicans, I'll slow it down so I can listen to them well. But again, if you don't know how to do that, remember, usually it's a little thing down here in the settings. You can change the speed. I highly recommend it. And if you're on a cell phone, mine's up here. It's like 3 little dots you click on, and then I can change the speed there. So, yeah, once again, another thing, kind of fighting against Christians. They just don't like us, do they? So, that's what I've got for you on this one. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later.